family, welcome to the family tree. Give yourselves a hand for coming
Yeah.
on through.
Yeah,
All
that's what's
right,
up.
all
That's
right.
what's up. Yes,
Hope
yes, yes.
everyone is doing well. And as we let more folks in, this is the family tree, and we are holistic health here. We're going to talk about everything that's holistic, spirit, mind, and body in that order. And the whole
I
concept
heard that.
behind the tree is that
Yes.
when you're around the tree, this is where the family got together and in even ancient times said, you know what, let's talk about these things. Let's talk about the matters that go in hand of our culture, our tribe, our people. And it starts with each other, got it? How you treat each other. And, your only real security, they say social security. Say it slow,
Uh-huh.
y'all. Social
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 security.
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 That's
I know
not a
that's
check,
right.
y'all. It ain't a check. Your
Well,
social Your social
well,
security is your family. You got it?
yes.
It's my family.
That's your family now. That's right. When you got anything going on, you need to be stepping to your family
Yeah.
saying, you know what? My answer is usually right around me somewhere. So that's why we use the family tree as a network for you and your family and as a
Uh-huh.
cultural piece, going back to what we originally say that, you have to stay close at home. All right.
Yes,
So
yes,
we're going to
yes.
go in today. And as always, we're going to say, give a shout out to my co host with the mo host over there. That is
So,
Bill 1L Morgan. Let's give Bill a
yeah, that's
hand.
what's up. That's what's up.
All right.
Yes, yes, yes.
All
Thank you,
right.
buddy.
Big B in the
Yeah,
house.
buddy. Yeah, buddy. Time to
And
make it work, man.
absolutely. And today we're going to go into just talking about what's going on in the world. Also, if you have a question or concern, you can just raise your hand in the chat. Go down to your reaction, raise your hand, and then when you raise your hand, we'll see it. And if you are someone that is actually on phone, just make us aware. We'll try to get to you and make us aware. So we'll try to get you in the conversation also. All
There
right.
you go.
So
There you
Big
go.
B, tell us what's going on in the world, man. Give us some COVID numbers right now because we are still in a pandemic. No matter what they say, we are in a pandemic, y'all.
Man, I'm just getting ready to say that. Look, don't
Tell
let
us what's up, Big
hey,
B.
look, don't let them fool you guys. The stuff is still out there. So listen, make sure that you're keeping up with this. Of course, our favorite place to go is to ncov2019.live. That's ncov2019.5, where we get all of our numbers that no one is telling us about. So yeah, the stuff on the top they tell us about because they're trying to keep us mentally beat down. But that last number is what raises us up and gives us that
Good
great
girl. Good
shot
girl.
for our mental health. Our total confirmed cases worldwide right now, as of 10 minutes ago, guys, we're looking right now at 165,517,863. That's total confirmed worldwide. Now, total critical folk around the world, 100,000, 108, 100,108. Total deceased, 3,430,586. All right. Total active, 19,657,120. Total recovered. Here we go. Give me my drum roll, Dr. Paul. Yeah, buddy, yeah, buddy, yeah, buddy. Hey, here we go, guys. Total recovered. One. Here we go. Look, can you deal with this? 145,781,003. That's the
Wow.
number nobody is telling us about.
Wow, let's
That's our
get
mental
man.
health
You know
moment.
what? That is amazing. That
Yeah.
is amazing. That's Big B. You said out of 100 and what was it, 65 million?
Yes, sir.
165 million people. There's 145 million that actually totally recovered. How
Yes,
about
sir.
that? That's just confirmed cases. That's not.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, that's confirmed cases. So, family, this thing is. It's amazing that we're talking about people who are struggling trying to get through the psychological effects of it. But when we look at those numbers, you need to see those numbers to give you encouragement that build your immune system and you can fight this off. Remember, they said in the Lancet, all the New England Journal of Medicine, all of the major medical magazines said that you're a 99% chance of surviving this thing
Yep.
if you
That's
start
exactly
to
right.
if you are living a better quality life and you're staying healthy. You got it? Healthy immune system. So what do? Build the immune system.
There
And
you
you
go.
increase your chances. So it's less than 1% chance
Yep.
of death.
Yep.
So that shows it right there. All right. So
And by the
thank you.
way, guys, I've already put those numbers in the chat. So whenever you get ready, just go there. And by the way, keeping that in mind. Remember, if you want copies of the check, make sure that you send me an email to mechavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's mechavideo@gmail.com. I'll put that info in so that when we're all done tonight, we'll get this info out to you. Okay? There you go, Dr.
All
P.
right. Thank you,
Go.
Big
Yes,
B.
sir.
Thank
Yes,
you
sir.
always with those insights, and, you know, um, I wanted to talk a little bit about a few things, but remember also, if you are someone who wants to chime in, go down to your reaction, put your hand up, and we can get your question in, okay? And this could be about anything. It could be about your holistic health, could something that you're doing. Matter of fact, we're looking for testimonies too. Anybody got testimonies? Big B, I'm seeing a lot of people doing well, man. People
Yes,
are
sir.
doing much better than they used to. Some people saying I'm living better than I ever was.
Well,
I'm looking
Wow.
better. Some people just, they ain't holding back either, Big B. They come in with the hair all dead up. They like,
well,
well.
well. What can I tell you?
Mhm.
Hey, I'm gonna get my hair did too. Hallelujah. Glory.
All right, all right. Okay, so we're going to start it off this evening, and I'm going to go up here and just punch in and see who I have as I log in. I have,
Make
and
sure
I'm going to,
everybody's muted, Dr. Paul. Make sure
yeah, make
everyone's
sure
muted.
everyone's muted. Make sure when you come in, make sure you're muted, okay? So we can make sure that everyone can hear properly. Let's see. We have, let me see. I have Denise up there. Denise T? Is that Denise? Hey, Denise, how you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay,
Welcome. Welcome.
thank you. This is an embarrassing question. Okay, I went to the doctor on Monday when I got
Mm-hmm.
on that scale, and the scale was broke.
The scale was broke. You ain't breaking. It was the person before you broke. Not
Okay,
you.
okay, so
I
this is
know you
my
didn't say that.
question. I know I need to be drinking 8 ounces of water a day. I know I need to exercise and cut down on my carbs. What else can I do? Because I'm carrying all of my weight in my belly and my
Mm.
butt. But
Mm.
most of it's in my stomach, and it's in a butt too. But I need to
Okay.
know what else I could do.
I need to know what to do. That's right. Believe it or not, this is where we have to get the gut back in order again, y'all.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
I
yes.
talk about all the time. When you get your gut back in order, you start to burn fat at a rate and speed that's going to make your head spin, really. But usually we have this issue with so many different, chemicals, industrialization, a lot of things that are causing gluten issues. Watch the gluten. Write this down. Number one would be gluten. Gotta watch the gluten. Stay off the gluten. They started adding the gluten into wheat and all those other things back a while ago. They weren't talking about wheat being a problem until they started adding the gluten.
Right.
Got
There
it?
you are.
Gives it that elasticity,
Yes,
that
yes, yes.
gooiness. But that gooiness comes and it sits on top of your villi or villa. Next thing you know, your villi cannot pull the nutrients out of the food and bring it into you. So we have an assimilation problem. And then sometimes it will also register as a insulin resistance issue.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Insulin resistance. So gluten would be number one. Number two on that list that I would go to immediately goes back to staying away from certain types of food: refined sugar, refined salts, refined oils. You got it? Got it?
Yeah.
Also, next one would be lectins. 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 What are lectins? Anyone know what lectins are?
Certainly.
Let me flip through my notebook.
Lectins.
It's a
Lectins.
chemical in wheat.
It's a chemical what? What was that someone said?
In wheat?
It's
Is
a
it in wheat?
You
Is
can
it in
find,
wheat?
well, not necessarily. Yeah, you can find it in wheat. That is correct. In grains. Okay.
Grains, okay.
Right. So it's primarily lectins are when the plant tries to protect its ceiling. It's a protein, and it protects by coating things like the beans.
Mm-hmm.
So any things of beans, nightshades, things like that. That's why we say you have to pressure cook a lot of those. Got it? because if not, your body can't break those down. So whatever it can't break down, it passes on down.
Yes, yes. Okay.
That's gas. That's bloating. That's all that other stuff going on. You saying, "Oh, my belly getting all big. What's going on? I
And
can't breathe." Yeah, that's what it is. Lectins. So watch out for the gluten. Watch out for the refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Lectins. That would be number. What's that? 4, 5.
three.
Okay, refined sugar, refined salt, and refined oil. That's number. So it'd be number 4. That would be 4 altogether. Fifth one would be refined. What we said refined, but fermentation, fermented foods. Now, not saying that some people may not have problems with fermented, but if you have a gut issue, you got to stay off of fermented foods. Some people will say, well, it's actually good for some people, but not good for everyone. So it's not holistic. We say we're going to do something, do it holistic. So fermentation. What is fermentation? Fermentation would be what? Things like sauerkraut,
Sauerkraut, kombucha.
kombucha, kimchi. What else?
Pickles.
Pickles,
Pickles.
pickles, apple cider
Pickle.
vinegar. Yes, all those things. See, some people will say I've been taking it for a long time, and they have issues with inflammation. That's the exact reason why you're having problems with it. It's changing your pH. Now it sends your body into a crisis. Now your body's going to have the ability to try to correct it. So it's going to now start to send you into look for alkaline. And then that's when you start to have your bones hurt, your knees hurt, your joints hurt. You're aching like a toothache. That's too much acid. If you have any pain, that's the direct effect of the body attempting to heal itself. So you got to stay off of fermentation. Got it? All right. So those are some of the main ones right there. You can
And
also go to my
potatoes and cheese.
well, any white products. White products. Okay, white bread, white rice, white flour, white potatoes, right? Things like that.
Okay.
You want to go with the brown of everything, right? Reds, browns, colors of the spectrum. Got it?
Okay.
Got
Okay.
it.
All right, but I would say that you gotta get the gut together because it's
Okay.
all of those things are in all our foods. So even when you see something that says gluten free, they're finding that it's not because sometimes it's on the same lines as something that was made with gluten and it's
Yes.
picking up the particulates of gluten on there and it's still getting in the food. So people are having gluten issues big time. You got it? So that's one thing. So one thing that I would suggest the colon cleanse. Remember, keeping in
Okay.
system certain universal principles, which would mean cleanse every change of seasons. Got it? So that means colon cleanse followed by a parasite cleanse. Cleanse and sweep. Got it? So these are just some basic fundamentals we've talked about many times. So for those that are listening for the very first time, you may be hearing this. This is what we want to do. Is want to make sure you cleanse the system because if you start to now, there was a signal that goes to the brain that comes from the fat cells. I did this on a show about two weeks ago. It's called leptins, not
Right.
lectins, but leptin, leptin. Got it? The leptin is the signal that goes to the brain that says, "All right, you can stop eating. No, wait a minute. You need to eat now. Now you got to slow down to eat. You got it. It's letting the body know. But sometimes people are not getting the signal, and the brain can't see, and it says keep eating, keep eating, keep eating. Got it? The body's saying keep eating because it can't see the signal, and it says that you might be overweight. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, mute up, mute up. All right, so you may be having excessive weight, but the body says, no, you skinny. Keep on eating. You got it? And it keeps sending that signal. And then you sitting there going, man, I'm still hungry. I got to eat. I can't stop eating. I'm still hungry. Even after I eat, I'm still hungry. You got it? That's
Got it.
they call it leptin, leptin resistance. That's what it's called. Leptin resistant. So that's a lot of people's problems. They have leptin. It's a miscommunication between the gut and the brain. You got it?
Okay.
Denise, we went a long way with that one. Woo!
Thank
A
you.
good
I
question, though.
appreciate it. Thank
Good question. Good question, though. Good one to start off with. I hope I got that
you.
for you. All right.
Can Dr. Paul can
Also,
we?
don't forget your water now. Don't forget your
Okay.
water, right?
I
You got to
Okay.
get
won't.
that
I'm
water.
looking at it right now.
Your water looking.
She
Your
looking.
water looking. Is
She's
it
looking
you?
at it right
You
now.
looking
No,
at it, or
I
is the
mean
water looking at you?
I'm looking at it, and then it's going to go into this glass because I try to drink like 8 of these a day. This is
All
a
right.
30-ounce glass.
All right. She putting proof, Bill. She
I know
pulling
that's
proof
right.
out. She said, "See this glass? This glass."
I know that's right.
All right, I believe you now. All right, thank you,
Thank you.
Denise. I
With all
appreciate you.
with all the stuff we put in our bodies, can we snack on high energy trail mixes?
High trail mixes. You remember? I would go to. And this is a good question because someone was saying about nuts. You'd say,
Mm-hmm.
well, the nuts that I have, sometimes I wonder, are they good? Are they bad? But
Mm-hmm.
guess what? You know what? When you're looking at the nuts,
I'll be putting
they
them on.
mix the nuts because there are some nuts that fall on the alkaline side, and then there's some that fall on the acid side.
Mm-hmm.
You got it? Remember the acid alkaline food chart we talked about?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you need one, go to my website, drpaulherbs with a S.com. Go to the download the acid alkaline food chart. When you go there, you can download and see where the acid and alkaline is. Now, mixed nuts is something of always, everyone has a big question about that. Number one thing, don't pull, when you're eating the nuts, right? Don't just grab them right out of the bag and start eating them. Why?
Why? Just chicken right there. Well, why not?
Why? Because we're finding a lot of toxicity with the nuts. So that means you should wash them. You should wash them thoroughly before you're eating them. This, real lightly, because you ever see a little hole in the nuts? You ever see a little hole? A lot of parasites in nuts. Got it? And sometimes that little guy in there sitting in there, well, how did that hole get there?
It's not very friendly.
Well, he might be sitting in there like this. Can you think of a better place to be surrounded by food? Perfect place, right?
Yes.
You're
yes.
seeing a lot of that. And then when it gets in your gut, can lay eggs and spawn, and then now we have an infestation. Got it? So
Okay.
make sure whether it's cashews, almonds, all of that.
That's any
Make
kind
sure
of
you
nut.
wash them. Yep, just make sure you wash them. Now, if you go to that website and you pull down the acid alkaline food chart, there are some that fall on the acidic side. So if you're doing mixed nuts, you can have the cashews. Yeah, Big B, show that right there. Big B got it up there.
me
I
get
can
it
pull
right
it up if I have to. But you remember the ones that you have to be careful of. You the good ones are the cashews, the almonds, pumpkin seeds, things like that, seeds and
Yes.
nuts. And then you also have on the other side, falls on the other side. These are the ones you got to be careful with. Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, also, what was the other one? Pecans. Okay, watch them. They're a little acidic, okay? So those, if you pull on there, Big B, can you see that chart?
There you go.
Let me see. Yeah, if you see all the way to the right, see all the way to the right, see all the way to the right, and the yellow area.
Right here. This out here.
Right there. You can see right there where you have, right there, Big B, right there. Move it down a little bit. Do it down a little bit. There you go. See right there, you got what? You got the hazelnuts, walnuts, Brazil nuts. Got there, pecans. Got it? Y'all watching this or y'all silent over there? What's up? Can y'all hear that?
Make sure you see
All
this,
right.
guys.
All right. Thank you, Big B. That's the chart. You can download right from the website, okay? So that's what I would say to the mixed nuts. Make sure you have a nice balance. We say 4-to-1. So for every 4 alkaline, you can have 1 acid. Got it? 4-to-1. That's your ratio. That keeps it kind of balanced. Okay, and that's also with the acid alkaline when you're talking about the food choices also. Some people say, well, I want to still eat meat. Okay, if you got to eat meat, you can still do it. But we say for every 4 mixed vegetables or whatever, you can have chicken, turkey, whatever your choice is. Got it? All right. All right,
All
family.
right, all right, all right.
All right, let's see. Who else do we have here? Who else do we have here? We have, let's see. We got Troy. Troy? Brother
Hey,
Troy.
hey, Doc, how you doing, sir?
I am doing well, my brother. How you doing?
I can't complain.
How you doing? You all right over there?
Yeah, so far so good. Got a couple of interesting questions for you today, though.
All right, talk
Okay.
to us.
The first question is when you, in regards to the grounding under the tree again, do you have to continually do that, or is it just like a one-time thing if you're having problems, resetting, or do you have to do like every day?
That is
Just
correct. That right. That would be as needed. You know, a grounding and resetting. Usually, you know when you're out of balance and out of rhythm. So it's usually something that some people ground every day. You know, some people will do it first thing in the morning, go out in the morning, get that sunshine, and they ground. Or they'll do things like Tai Chi or Qigong, things like that. Along with that, we went up. Matter of fact, we were up in the mountains with the men's group one time, and that's what we did. First thing in the morning, early morning sunshine, eye level, perfect for the pineal gland. You just get in there and just move, do your Tai Chi, Qigong, or just stand in front of the sun. Allows it to hit the forehead. Now that actually starts to resonate and generate that pineal gland, charges it like a cell phone. So
Right.
when you start to do that, now you're gonna charge that cell phone. I call it the cell phone now. Charge that cell phone, and then now when you go to bed at night, remember, melanin releases only in pure blackness. So you got to cut all the TV and everything off in the room. No
Well,
watching TV. Make sure it's pure blackness, and that's when you get the best release. And I guarantee you're gonna sleep like a baby.
mm, mm.
okay.
Yeah. All
All right.
right. So Troy, you can do a little bit once in a while. You can do it like every other day or so as needed.
Okay. All right. And my second question is, it was brought to my attention that there's a special cleanse for what's called mucoid plaque in your
Arteries.
large intestine. And I was
hmm
asking is because I did the colon cleanse, and now I'm on the eliminated part of your cleanse. Does that take care of that, or is it like a
You got
special?
it.
It,
You got it. Yep. And
it does.
also, you want to make sure that you deal with the foods that are called demulcents. Got it?
Now,
Demulcents.
what is that, Dr. Paul?
Okay. You say,
Yeah.
"No,
What
what
is
is
that?
that?"
I knew that one was coming.
Y'all funny. You say, no, 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 go get it. Now, what is
I'm
that?
trying to help you out there, Troy.
Say, that's like sound like something you get on your foot. No,
I know
no,
that's what you have
no,
to shake off.
no. Demulcents are actually the foods that have the slimy sort of, it sounds like it has like a mucilage type of natural mucilage that actually moves things. Got it? So that
Okay.
would be things like, like okra.
Oh, okay.
Got it? You see, like okra. See, people, y'all don't even know why okra's so good. See, y'all just saw the sliminess. Yeah,
I know
no.
I loves it. That loves me
Oh,
so.
that's called the demulcent. That's
Oh, okay.
DEMULCENTS. Demulcents. That means that's going to demulsify. It's going to actually start to, cleanse out the intestinal line. And all that mucilage that you're talking about that pulls out, that's what's good. It retreats that lining.
Ah,
Gives it kind of like a slimy thing so it can slide that stuff right out of you. You
all
got it?
right. I know that's right.
That's what it's for. Yep, that's what it's for. Also, the other one would be sassafras does that also. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. Sassafras does that. Y'all remember sassafras?
Never
As
heard of
Everybody
it.
knows
a
sassafras?
tea, you drink
I
it.
love the smell of
Love.
sassafras.
So do I.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness, you can smell some sassafras tea in the morning. That is
yes,
nothing.
yes.
Oh, it's this beautiful smell. And sassafras is also it creates a sort of a mucously like that mucilage which now slides stuff out of you. That's why it's always
There you
been
go.
used as a cleanse. Okay.
Okay.
So sassafras was good. I had a friend. He said, you know what? His grandmama, he's back down south. He said, boy, my grandmama give me that sassafras, boy. Woo!
I know that's right.
He said, it gets you so clean, Big B. You can look
Well,
down my throat and see the ground.
oh, excuse me. Well, hallelujah.
Ooh, that's clean. All right. All right. So some other ones would be like comfrey. Comfrey is like that also. We talk about comfrey all the time. Also, Irish moss. That's why people love Irish moss. The Irish moss is making a big move, but it has the ability it has a demulcent factor, which is called medium chain triglycerides, which actually just sort of drags, like a drag net, pulls that stuff and just sort of scrapes the inside of the intestines out.
Uh-huh.
Excellent, excellent. And there's also one called slippery elm. Slippery elm.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's another tea
Welcome
called
back.
slippery elm.
You too. Thank you.
Okay. So those are just a few there, Troy.
Okay. As long
Flaxseed
as
also. That's why people love flaxseed. Flaxseed does the same thing. It's a
Flaxseed.
demulcent. Yeah. So there's a lot of good demulcents that you can have. And remember, when do you take them? You take them primarily in your cleansing cycle. Who knows what time his cleansing cycle is? Come on, somebody.
Every change of
Real
season.
quick.
Seven,
Right. Well,
7
what
p.m.
time?
to 4. 7 to 4.
Seven at night.
To 4 a.m.
When does the cleansing cycle begin
Oh, no,
and end?
Oh, it goes sun up and then sundown.
No. 7 p.m. to 4 a.m.
Okay. No, not quite. Close though. Close.
4
Remember-
a.m.
4 a.m.
to 12 p.m.
4 a.m. The cleansing cycle. Just the cleansing cycle.
Okay.
Starts at what time, y'all? Look at your notes. Get your notes.
Get
Got it.
your notes out.
4 a.m. to 12 noon.
4 a.m. No, not
7 p.m.
4 a.m. Somebody was right. Somebody said it. 4 a.m. to 12 noon. That's it.
That was helpful.
That's it. Yep. 4 a.m. to 12
think
noon.
that
That's
was
your
home.
cycle. That's your cleansing cycle.
Yes,
After
yes,
12 noon, 12 to 7 is what cycle?
Intake.
That's your intake. That's right. Intake. And so that means that the only cycle left would be what? Would be
Elimination.
Elimination cycle.
mm-mm,
No?
not elimination, assimilation.
Assimilation.
Right, there you go. Assimilate. That means you're bringing it in, right? That's the gut activity. You remember I was just talking to Denise about getting your system moving? That's the cycle right there. From what time is that? That's going to be what? 7 p.m. till 4 a.m.
Uh-huh.
You got it?
Okay.
All right, y'all got this. I'm not concerned at all.
Dr. Hall, where's some of the best places to get comfrey?
If you get comfrey, you can get comfrey from any of the herbal stores.
Okay.
There was a,
Alright.
they're trying to suppress the comfrey when you mix it with other herbs. So you
Right.
can get it raw from any of the herbal stores. So Wayne Avenue Health Food would sell it.
Okay.
You can buy it at also Penn Herbs and things like that. Penn Herbs may have the little line that says you cannot ingest, internally,
Yes,
which makes no
exactly.
sense at all.
The reason why I asked the question.
Yeah, no, not at all. Now that that's just something that they tried to prove that it was actually bad because they went to these mice and then the mice actually liver started acting up, but they wanted to get it off the market all the way because of the fact that it was helping people with
Right.
hip and knee surgeries, and people weren't getting hip and knee surgeries anymore or replacements. And they knew it was actually the comfrey because comfrey deals with bones, joints, ligaments, connective tissue, and it's also a blood builder. So it actually is good for the enamel, the actual enamel, but also it's good for, when you're trying to build the blood count. So they knew that this is actually helping people regenerate their gut again. So that's basically what it is, So just understand that you have ancient ancestors that were taking comfrey back when, the ancient Israelites time. They
we
were
go.
actually,
There we go.
make you tight, y'all. Make your
There you
skin
go.
tight.
That's
You
what's
can
up.
get. Now let me tell you this. Some people, I meant to mention this last week. Someone mentioned, and I couldn't think what I was, because sometimes there's a lot of questions going on. But there was someone had a question about, tightening the skin.
Yes.
Around the neck area. Ladies say, I gotta tighten my skin around my neck area because it may be sagging a little bit. That's okay. So that means you're losing magnetism around here, or you may have lost weight. So one thing that helps really well is called comfrey cream. Got it?
Comfrey
Comfrey
cream.
cream. Comfrey
Okay.
cream.
All right.
There's
That's
one
what's
by
up.
Dr. Christopher's. Dr. Christopher's has a comfrey cream that you can get. Put it right up under there. Tighten it up, y'all. Tighten it up.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yeah, under the arms too. Tighten up the arms, because people say it brings the magnetism back to the arms. Comfrey, that's what comfrey is good for. Very high in iron, also. Got it. Helps with bone density. Helps
Okay.
bones repair fast.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
All right. All right. All right.
Okay. See who else we got here. We got Helen. Helen. Thank you, Troy.
You doing,
Appreciate you,
Dr.
man.
Paul?
Mm-hmm.
How you doing, Dr. Paul and Bill? How are you?
Hey, Helen.
Hey,
How
Helen.
are
How you doing?
Great. How's everyone? So,
Good.
I have a couple questions. The first one is in regards to fish. And I wanted to know, do you know a particular fish fry, or what type of flour should I fry my fish in?
Okay. I would say don't fry it if you don't have to. Okay. Do you like any baked fish? Do you like baked fish?
Yes, I do.
You don't like Prophets? What you doing going like that? No, I see you. I see you up there.
Boy.
I'm telling you know what you have to. You know what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a heads up. You can actually use one of those we call 9-in-1s. With the 9-in-1.
Air fry.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me tell you, it's an air fryer, but it's also a convectional oven also. Got it? Convectional air oven actually is good too now. Those are very good. It gives it the crispiness that you're looking for without adding the oil or the flour. You got it?
Okay.
So if you're going to use flour, of course, you would use wheat flour, okay? Non-GMO, and you got to make sure it's a good one. Got it? Unrefined, okay, if you do
Okay.
that. And then if you do that, you want an unrefined oil with that. Got it? Remember? Unrefined. Let me tell you one of the best oils you could be using, though, is sunflower. Sunflower,
Yeah.
sunflower or safflower, unrefined. Got
Okay.
it? That's a good one. That's the one that they use at hibachi grills, y'all. When that means because it has the highest heat or smoke point of all oils. The highest smoke point of that is 520. It can get up to 520 degrees. That's
Wow.
broiling, y'all.
Wow,
That's
boy,
broiling.
hot.
That's why I'm saying when you use those air fryers, let me tell y'all, you just put just a little bit of the oil on top and it fries it, and it's really hard. It's the
Wow.
technique. It's the
Okay.
technique that you got to get. And I do it all the time. You just take a little bit of oil. You don't need a lot, because air frying and convectional ovens, they give it a different feel. Okay. And then also lemon or lime. Got it? Lemon or lime always bounces the flavor out of your food. Let me tell you, boy, my wife, sometimes she's sitting up there like she in a restaurant. She be like,
Wow.
so what we having today? Like, you know what? You're getting a little too comfortable.
Okay. So my next thing is this little puppy here. It's an enzyme, and I just wanted to know what you thought about enzymes breaking down fats, carbs, and proteins, because it seems to be pretty good.
They can work. Those are digestible enzymes.
Yes.
Okay, what are they from? Are they from papaya fruit, or are they bovine?
Let's see what's this saying. I
So
think
you
it's
can,
I think it's bovine.
yeah, bovine would be beef. Okay, that would be animal. So I would not use that one. Okay, I would always say I challenge you to get your gut in order, because nothing can digest and break down foods like your body.
Yes.
But the reason why you can't break it down is because of that issue that we talked about earlier, which is the gut is out of balance. You got it?
Right.
I challenge everyone, don't go for the probiotics. You are the prebiotics. Feed the body what it needs prebiotic. Get the gut clean again. And guess what? You produce the probiotic. That's
Now
the
it doesn't
perfect-
say, it says vegetarian, so it doesn't have any beef. No beef in it.
Okay. So there's a lot of different ones that are out there. So you just want to make sure there's one that, I would go with things like papaya. You can
Hmm.
also do some things that help the gut get back in order. Raw cabbage, raw
Okay.
cabbage, things like
Hmm.
that. Number nine, organic raw cabbage works very well. Okay,
Hmm.
so there's a
Okay.
lot of good things out there that can help you. Also, marshmallow. Marshmallow. I'm giving out a lot of these good herbs today, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
This is for your
Better
gut.
make you
Got it?
better make sure you
Not to
get the chat tonight,
diagnose,
guys.
not to diagnose, treat, cure, preventing disease. That's food for the soul. I just sort of opened up another window. I forgot about these.
Uh-huh.
You got the marshmallow root. Got it? That's a good one. It's another good one for the gut. Let's see. What's another one? Of course, selenium husk. Got it?
Okay.
Selenium. Uh, I mentioned okra, marshmallow. Um, let's see. What's another one? Colt's foot. Colt's foot. Colt's
Hmm.
foot. COLTSFOOT.
Okay.
Colt's foot. Got it?
And one last thing, um, I
Oh,
went on ahead. Okay.
one more. Licorice.
Okay.
Licorice. Y'all like licorice. Denise liked that one. She said, "Ooh,
Yeah,
licorice,
woo, licorice.
licorice. Ooh, tantalizing."
Okay, Dr. Paul, I'm going to
Yes, go
spring
ahead,
this
Ella.
one. I'm going to spring this one on you. I went ahead and I took the COVID shot. I got the Moderna, and
Oh,
I'm surviving. Get in line, Dr. Paul. Get in line. Go on to get your shot. I mean, I just, I'm going to get my second one soon, shortly. So
Okay.
I feel,
oh,
I feel so much better.
Good.
oh. It may
Okay.
Well,
be it may be because you've been pressured subconsciously,
Yep. Mhm.
but family, don't fall for the fake out. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, remember anything that it touches and there's a lot of things y'all got to be aware of what's happening right now. This thing is long from over, but you
yes,
got to
yes.
understand, you got to trust it. You got to trust the system. When you're not trusting the system, that means you're overriding a billion years of God's concept of attachment of human nature to nature. That's what you're doing because you override that NK cell. Now your NKs, which are natural killers, are now being overridden by another program. And the
Mm-hmm.
program is going to tell your body what to do and what not to do when it says so. They have no
Well, Dr.
studies on
Paul,
that.
either way, we're trusting God. Either way, you're taking the herbs, you're trusting them. And if you do it this way, you're trusting them. It's in God's hands. Either way. That's the way I see
Nope.
it.
He said he gives you the power. He gives you the power. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Yeah, see, that's the personal. I would say, just
Personal choice. That's right.
understand what. See, it all comes down to personal choice. Got
Yes,
it?
That's
yes.
I say it's a God factor. Is who you serve. You got it. You got to make sure who you serve. If you feel comfortable about doing that, then that's what you do.
Yep.
But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. Trust God's system is the perfect system. Man can't create nothing that can protect you more than God can. Got it? You've been doing it since the beginning, right? You're still here. Billions of years. Got it? Okay. All right. That's basically all I can say, Helen. That's all I can say. Well,
all
I
right.
was
Thank you
just
so
saying,
much.
moving
All
forward,
right, you got
keeping forward,
it.
and just keeping forward, just keep the system clean. Clean this. You
Yep.
remember they talk about COVID as
Yep.
being a lung disease. It's not a lung disease. It's a blood disease. You got it? So you have to clean the blood. Keep the blood clean. All right? All right. We got Andre. Andre Capers.
The
What's up,
the
Doc?
Where
the
is he?
see
Where is he?
the
I see
cap.
his hand up
He's
there.
right underneath me.
Oh, he's right. Well, I can't.
Well, I know you can't see over
I
there.
can't see him over there. Yeah. Hey, family. I want to introduce this guy to you, everyone. This is Andre Capers. Andre, he's one of my assistants that actually works with me, and he's actually, if you come through to get a assessment now, you may see him in training right now. He's one of the many trainees that we're doing right now. And Andre, good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, Doc.
All
Good
right.
class.
You
How
look
you
like you've
doing?
been working today, man. Hey,
I'm
Dre
tired.
sees a lot that's going on, on the
I see
backside.
everything. Oh God changed my life, man. I tell you that much.
Mm.
I
So
mean,
what's going on?
well, I had a quick question for you.
Hmm.
I came across an article today about viral shedding,
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
and it's been on my mind all day. So I just wanted to ask you, what is it, and how does it affect men and women?
Yeah, there's talk and conversation. I do know what you're talking about. Talk
Okay.
and conversation about what they call viral shedding, and that means that those who have had the shot, they're actually shedding now. And what's happening is they're noticing. Matter of fact, if you can Google right now, I believe the article came out either 2 days ago. About 2 days ago, I believe there was an article, but it was, remember, this is why I always say y'all can't just don't read American news. You got to read international news. Right,
Amen.
Prophetess? Right,
Yes.
Prophetess? You got to stay on top of the international scene. Well, these, in Israel, I think it was, what was it, Israeli? Yeah, I think it was Israel. There was these young, they're having an issue with women having those that they're having bad cycles and they're having rough cycles and they're all being thrown off. Their cycles are totally going like haywire, and they're attributing it to those that have received the shot or the ones that have someone that they're next to that got the shot. That's what they're saying. They're calling it viral shedding. It's you know, to actually prove this, I have no idea what this is. This is something that's like breaking, that's coming out. People are starting to talk about it. So I cannot either prove or deny this, but I can say that yes, there is language about that. So yeah, they call it viral shedding, and it's affecting a lot of women. They're saying that the women are having a lot of cycles are way off, either they're pre or post or heavy bleeding, things like that. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes,
What you're talking about?
absolutely. Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right. So let me get this straight. So basically, what you're saying is that if there is a female who had taken the vaccine shot and she comes in contact with a woman, another woman who hasn't had not a sign of corona, no vaccine, she's cool. If she comes in contact with this woman, there's a possibility that she could get something like this. Is what
I did hear some. Yeah, there was some cases that they were breaking down. That they were saying that some people that were in the midst of those people were being exposed. They felt that it was they claimed, this is what they claim, that
okay?
they've actually they said that's the only thing that they know that has caused the problem is this thing called viral shedding. That they said they may have worked in an environment where they were the only one that didn't get the shot,
Wow.
and then they ended up having all these symptoms and problems, and some of them are like health people. So it's really starting to the level of conversation is definitely starting to rise. And I mean, when I say that, they're coming up by the hundreds of
So
people that are talking about that.
what about men?
Well, men, same thing. They're saying that shedding happens with. They're starting to look at, is this, how is it shedding? They don't know. They don't have any idea. Is it going through, through saliva? Is it through excrement of any all kinds? And that also involves sputum, but also breath.
Mhm.
They're actually talking about breath too. So it's a lot of man, let me tell you, this conversation is really starting to gain traction with a lot of media sources. And I believe that media even responded to this,
Mhm.
trying to say that basically, yo, this, calm down, y'all. This is not something that but the cases are rising like crazy. So people are that, a lot of women are having issues. And men, men would be like prostate issues, things like that. Also erectile dysfunction issues, things like that. Yeah. So yes, there are some. There's also another thing. I don't know if y'all heard it, but the children are. It's some crazy stuff going on, y'all. I told y'all this is getting crazy. They had this thing called, the children on TikTok and also on Instagram. I see this
Yes,
because my
yes,
son
yes,
is on this. My
yes,
son
yes,
giving me the
yes.
heads up. He gives me the heads up on everything. He said, Dad, they got this thing called the Magnet Challenge. I said, the Magnet Challenge? What is the Magnet Challenge? Did y'all hear about this? The Magnet Challenge?
Nope, that's a new one.
Yeah,
Yes,
you heard about this.
yes.
Yes, yes.
You
And
put the
it's
magnet on the site where you had the injection, and the magnet is supposed to stick to your arm.
You got it. You got it. And it's happening. People are like doing it live. They're doing the magnet challenge. They're literally taking magnets off the refrigerator. And wherever the injection was that they had it, they're sticking it on the arm and the thing is sticking. And I mean, they're moving it all around like this and it still stays on there. Go figure, y'all. Go figure. It gets deep.
For
It gets
days,
real
go
deep.
figure.
It gets real deep, y'all. So that's what's going on in the world. I would say, Dre, a lot of stuff is going on, man. And remember, it's the one thing I always say to folks is that you're going to have a personal choice, but understand, don't go by the media hype. Got it? You
Yes,
got to
yes.
remember what's actually.
Amen.
You gotta listen from within. Internally, because a lot of things that are going on, they can confuse you. If you watch a lot of TV, they can pull you in, boy. Woo,
Yes,
pull you
again.
right on in. You be like,
Subliminally, remember that term?
you be like,
Subliminally. Yes, yes, yes.
so no matter what the case, we always say, you're going to build that immune system, but you don't want to alter that in any way because you don't know the long-term effects of it. Remember, there was no animal studies with this, so you are the animal studies. That's a fact. Got it? Usually the time frame for anything to go is called mutagenetic state, which means it
Mm-hmm.
goes from one time. They have to let it go for a long period to see if there's any type of mutation.
Mm-hmm.
That's called a mutagenetic state, and that happens up to sometimes 10 years. 10,
Mm-hmm.
the highest being like 28 years. And yet they did this less than 9 months, y'all. Come on, and it's experimental. It's never been done before with this type of thing. So just keep all these things on your hearts and mind. Understand?
Just
And
keep everybody in prayer.
because we don't want to get into fear mongering because I don't even
Yes,
like to give the energy to this stuff. I don't
yes.
give the energy to it. I don't want to give the energy to it because I don't want to go down that dark rabbit hole. I always tell
Amen.
people focus on the solution, not the
Yes,
problem. The
yes.
solution is already inside of you. It's free. All you got to do is turn the key and you got it. You got it. So focus on what you're doing. You got it. Don't focus outside of yourself. You remember I told y'all the outer, you trying to be inner man, right? Inner woman, right? Because when you go out, that's when they say you out of your mind. You remember? I said,
Mm-hmm.
you
Amen.
got it. So keep that in
Amen.
mind. All right, Dre? All right. All right. Who else we got here? We got let's see. We got Prophetess, you got a question?
Yes,
Prophet,
yes,
she's always
yes,
got a question.
yes. Um, I talked to you last week about this Cordelia Cordelia Silver Plus
The colloidal
Colloidal.
silver. Colloidal
colloidal,
silver.
and you told me to
Yeah.
remind you.
Yeah. Colloidal silver is very good. Very good. Colloidal silver is taking ions from silver, energy that taking the concepts of silver, which is another positive alkaline, right? But when you put a little charge to it, you can create this water, which actually is like an ionized, takes a little bit of that silver ion, alkalizes it. Now when you spray it on anything, it comes in a little liquid. And when you spray it on anything, it neutralizes positive ions anywhere it is. So what? Remember, positive charge is what? Bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, parasites, cancer, all that stuff moves. Even COVID moves in what? What state? A positive charge. So now
Mm-hmm.
when you take this negative charge, it literally you neutralize it right on surface. So it's good for things like burns, cuts, wounds, things like that. People spray it on, it's like a spray, even up the nose. They have a sprayer that goes up the nose so it cleans out the sinus cavities from things that may be causing problems with the sinus, like infections inside of these sinuses. We actually call that catarrh. Catarrh. That's a mucous membrane infection, usually caused by things like too much dairy, things like that. Dairy, things like yogurts, things like that. Okay. So
So I can
colloidal silver. Hmm.
I'm sorry. So I can take this. I believe this bottle has a dropper in it. So is this something you take internally or
Sure, you can do both. You can do both. You
okay.
can take it internally. You can put it in your green drink. You can do a lot of. It's more of an antioxidant effect. It's more antioxidant than anything.
Okay.
Okay, so you would use that. A lot of people take that during the winter months, but it's excellent for right now. That's also one of the sprays, along with the thieves oil. We use that one as a spray to neutralize bacteria on your hands and things like if you go into the shopping cart and stuff like that, you can spray it right on the shopping cart. Neutralizes, wipes out bacteria and things on surface, on contact. We also give that to a lot of the daycares. A lot of the daycares get that as a spray. Okay, put that on the hands. It's kind of hard to get a cold when you have that stuff.
Okay.
You got
Thank
it?
you.
Active virus. Okay, good question. Good question. All right, let's see. Who else we got here? Do we have anything on there, Bill? You got any questions?
I have a question.
Okay, who is that?
That's Cheryl.
Cheryl T.
Hey, Cheryl T. How you doing?
All right, how are you?
All right.
Good. First, I want to thank you for all the valuable information you share with us. But I have a question tonight about someone who may have IBS or Crohn's disease. Is there a replacement for your colon cleanse that they could use?
Yeah, we just went over that, Cheryl. I don't know if you just joined us.
Okay, okra and things like that can be used.
Yeah, any of the demulcents,
Okay.
along with the things like the colon cleanse and the parasite cleanse, cleanse every change of seasons. You can do any and all of the demulcents. I just gave the marshmallow root, the liquid.
Yes, I have all that. Yeah, great.
Yep, all of those are good for IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, issues with Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, all of that stuff that's causing inflammation in the internal lining of the stomach. So, or the intestines. Yep, all good. All good.
All right. And one thing I wanted to clear up with you is about the cycle of eating. 7 p.m. to 4, 4 a.m. to 12 is cleansing.
That is correct. 4 a.m. to 12
4 a.m. to 12 noon is cleansing. And from 12 noon to 7 is intake.
That is correct. That is correct.
And 7 p.m. to 4 a.m. is assimilation.
You got it. You can also download that chart. You have the chart. You can go.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. I've seen it. Yes. Okay.
Yep. You can go right to my website and download that chart if you don't have it. And that's
okay.
And that's not us just coming up with this stuff. We're not guessing this stuff. That's based off of the sun, the moon, and the rotation of the earth. You got it? That's what's going on. We're not making this stuff.
Did we lose you, Dr. Paul?
Based off of that sun.
No, for a moment you were frozen. We didn't hear you.
Okay, so for example, sometimes wait a minute. Maybe am I still on?
Yeah.
Am I still on?
Now.
Okay,
Yep.
got it. So what's happening is sometimes with the pineal, that's actually getting the sunlight. That's why when everything knows whenever it shuts down, like all the animals on the farm know when the sun go down, the day's over.
The day's over.
That's it. Right. And then the rooster get up in the first thing in the morning, right? When he get up, that's when the cycle's moving again. Everything knows when that rooster don't have no clock. Does he have a watch on? He don't have an Apple Watch, does he? How does he know?
At all.
How does that rooster know what time it is? It's his rhythm and cycle, and that's called that circadian rhythm. Mm-hmm. How do birds know when to move north and south? How do they know? That's what's called the circadian rhythm also. That's based on the polar caps, the poles, you got the pole, the North Pole. Well, there's an internal compass with animals, even They look at the whales. The whales, everything in life has a sort of compass, knows where you are at all time. All called circadian rhythm, y'all. All right.
That's
All
exactly
right.
right.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Y'all got some good questions tonight. Yes. Big B. Also, if you have anyone in the chat, you have anyone in the chat has a
No,
question?
we got those two a little while ago. Let me see
Okay.
if there's any more. Right, but we got them through.
Okay. All right. Karam, I got your gun there, buddy. How you doing, man?
I'm excellent. How are you? How are
All
you? How
right,
you, Bill?
all right, man.
How's
Doing well.
Doing
family? How's
well.
everybody?
Doing well.
All right,
Doing
good.
well.
Very good. 2 weeks ago, you had there was the young lady from Canada who was talking about her feet hurting,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned about her being on her back, lay on your back and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my question is, I've been thinking, and I re-listened to that broadcast, and the question is an inversion table.
Mm-hmm.
What about an inversion table to help with your alignment?
Yes, absolutely. Yes, they work very well. Now you don't have to flip all the way over though.
Yes.
You only have to go about 42
Yeah,
degrees.
you,
You can do about there you go. There you go. That's a good one right there. Yep. About 42
yeah.
degrees is what you need. Yep. They're excellent
I
because
know.
I'm
I
right here
drove.
though. Sorry. I'm
No,
right
go ahead.
here.
I'm sorry, Dr. Paul. Go
She's on
ahead.
here. Can I
I'm
get a
on
picture of it? She's
I'm on
here.
here. Yeah.
yeah, hold on for a second.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, hold on for a second, okay? Yeah, go ahead, Karen.
No, I interrupted you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying that,
Yeah.
that's an excellent one there. If you have back problems, that's going to take the pressure off of the disc, okay? Because you have the disc that
Right.
sort of sit like this, and it kind of sits like this, the vertebrae. Right in between, there's, the disc that actually off the disc is nerve, and every nerve in your back is connected to an organ in your body. So if you have what's called contraction, that means bones sitting on nerves, then you're going to cut the signal, oxygen, and nutrients to that organ. So, on the matter of fact, if you go right to the website again, you can pull down the sublation chart, which actually shows the contraction where it happens. So, what that does, Karam, that actually helps to now when you flip over, say if it was sitting on it like this, right? Now, when you turn over, it's going to separate it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it takes that pressure off.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? Now, it will give relief for those that have the problem with the back, but I always have the concern and understand that, remember, what gives the stabilizes the back is the back muscle. Usually there's a weak back. We got to strengthen the back. We move forward muscles, but we don't use the back muscles. So you got to do those back exercises. So along with the inversion table, I would be doing like military presses, right? I would also do rows, anything that's rowing. You got to tighten, pull it back, and crunch it.
Yes.
Crunch that back. Those are things that will help it. Also, swimming. If you're the pool, swimming, things like that. Anything that's using the back muscles, that's what you want to use. Got it? Also, you may have the pulleys. You ever see the pulleys? You ever see the pulleys that you can put around your feet and you can pull like this, or attach it to a door and do it like
Right.
that? All of that's good.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, or the rubber bands like you get from therapy. You
Mm-hmm.
can tie them around the doorknob or something like that.
That's
and
correct.
have those. Well, yeah, apparently since I've joined the family tree, I've been looking around this house and I've been seeing things like magnetic. I sent you the magnetic shower head and the funnel.
Yes.
And
Thank you,
the
brother. That was
inversion
good.
table, got the massage chair. So there's all kind of stuff around in
Man,
there
you
that
got the
I've
you
had.
got you got the
Yeah,
carom
so,
spot. You got the carom
but I
spot.
tell you that yeah, I'm telling you, I'm gonna see what else is in here after this call here. But that inversion table really works for me for that lower right back area.
Yeah.
Whenever I feel that coming on, I get on the inversion table about 45 degrees. I don't go the full 90.
Mm-hmm.
And I do it about 5 minutes, no more than 5 minutes. I'm good to go after that.
That's
So
right.
I thought of that and wanted to mention it to you because of the young lady in Canada. So
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
that's
Excellent.
it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you, bro. And yes, that is very much a good resource for
You're welcome.
taking away the pressure off the back. Some people have excruciating pain, especially in lower lumbar issues where they may have something pinching on that lower L1 through L5. That means that thing is basically literally hitting that nerve, going through the hip, going off the spine, through the hip, down the back of that leg, that sciatic
Yes, yes,
nerve.
yes, 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 yes.
Very painful. Feels
Yeah.
like somebody's sticking a needle right in your back. So definitely that is a painful. So you need an adjustment. Also remember, if you're having lower back pains, what do we do? Make sure you're what? Usually it's a side sleeper, but what are you going to do? You're going to put a
A
pillow
pillow.
between the legs. Got it?
Yes, yes,
Or
yes.
get you a lumbar pillow. You know, they got a good lumbar pillow. You know that I saw in the store. I was walking through the mall the other day, and I saw there was a lumbar pillow. I forget what that was. And then this lumbar pillow is specially made so it opens up the hip. Very nice. You can punch it in, lumbar pillow. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you,
Okay.
brother. All right. And
Actually, Dr. Paul, yeah, actually, there's, I think I have one in my hand that I had in there as well.
yeah, there you
See
go.
this?
Yep, that's it. There you
I
go,
told you I
man.
have all kind of stuff in here.
Man, you
So,
got the Karam spy over there, man.
I just haven't been using it, but I will use it while sleeping and see if it does
Yeah.
anything
Do
for
you have
me.
a
So
chiropractor that you go
thank
to?
you.
You go to a chiropractor regularly?
Oh no, 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 no. This back thing only, it's, I guess if I lift something heavy, and it
Mm-hmm.
all started with me sitting in a chair wrong a few years ago. And when that lower right starts, I just get to my inversion table
There you
Uh-huh.
go.
if I'm, here at home in 5 minutes and I'm good.
Okay. All right, man.
Now,
Well,
by
keep
the
it
way,
up,
guys,
brother.
I took a picture of that, guys, and put it in the chat. So anybody that didn't see it, it's all there. Okay.
All right. Good
Okay.
stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Good
Thank
Now,
you,
stuff.
Dr. Paul. Appreciate it.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. All right. All right. I
Okay.
got who else I have up here? I
Dr.
have
Paul,
Jennifer. Yes.
just down the road,
Huh?
May has a hand up on the phone, but you can't see it. So just wanted to let you know that.
Okay, May. Was that May?
May Lloyd. Yes. Uh-huh.
Hey, May, let's go to May, and then we're going to go to you, Jennifer. Okay?
Okay,
May?
thank you.
May?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, May. All right. There you are. I see you up there. How you
Hello.
doing?
I'm
Okay.
good. I just wanted to ask you a quick question, please. I have a daughter and she has PSDT. She's suffering really bad. And I wanted to know because she told me that she does valerian, something to that
You said,
effect.
is it Valerian?
Valerian.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering because she told me she got it from the dollar store. So I know that there's a more potent, level. And I kind of wanted to know if so, what like potency or how much she take.
Okay, so now she says she's taking. Are you saying valerian root, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what valerian is used for, and it's a calmative. Okay, so it will calm the system down. But really, when you're dealing with cycles and rhythms, you're going to talk about. You got to get back the system. She's got to get that circadian rhythm back. That's cycles. Also, constipation. How is she? Do you know? Do you know much about her situation? Because
I think she
I would have to probe her a lot, questions about that. But rhythm and cycles that's usually what it is.
Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
know she did have problems with constipation because we talked about it over time.
Mm-hmm.
She's a water drinker though, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
exactly sure yet what type of water she's drinking.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do all that. But I'm like I
Yeah,
knew you would know.
Yeah, valerian root is always a calmative. That stops the stress disorders and things like that. But there is a formula that I gave out a while. and it's a combination of herbs already put together. And this is one that I highly recommend. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And maybe I could share it with the family. And this is when there's stress issues. This is one that has a few herbs, and I'm gonna, matter of fact, maybe if I just give you all the herbs for that. Not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease. That's food for the soul, y'all. This one is called Mind. It's called Mind. Let me see. Mind Care. Mind Care.
Mind care. Yes.
Mind Care. See, Mind Care has the herbs, but I'm going to separate and I'm going to pull out what the Mind Care has. Got it? See, Mind Care has a few that I really love. I really love these herbs. And one that really seems to work a lot very well with folks is called Bacopa. Bacopa. Bacopa.
Okay.
Bacopa. Yep. Very good. Very good for stress. It's very good for concentration, focus. When you kind of need to put things back in order. That's what Bacopa is. It's an aquatic, which means it can be found on both land and sea.
Okay.
It grows in both. It's an aquatic. And what it does, though, is very, very good for focus, because this is the only of the herbs that has the ability for you to transfer from one side of your brain to the other. This is some deep stuff, y'all. When they started to see this, because you got the left and the right hand side of your brain, right?
Yes.
Y'all know that, right? Okay, so you got the left side. What's on the left side? Is that logic or creativity? All right, now everybody answer at the same time.
Creativity.
What is
Creativity
it?
on the left. Creativity.
Left side. That is the left side. Everybody touch your left side of your head.
Okay. Your other left.
The other left. That's your other left, right? So your left side of your brain, that is logic.
Yes.
Got it? That's your logical side, right? The right side is creativity. So to move from hemisphere to hemisphere means you go from logic to creativity, creativity to logic, back and forth. That makes you dynamic in what you do. And when you can do that, that also increases the ability for remembering things. Oh, look at Laverne. She said,
Laverne's light came on, Dr. P.
She gonna get some Bacopa now. All right. Yes. So Bacopa really works on recall, the ability for you to recall. So we give this to a lot of the students. When the students need to be able to focus and to recall information and recall it, boom, just like that. Memory helps you retain a lot of memory. That's Bacopa. Got it? All right, so that's one of those that are in that Mind Care formula. Okay, let me see.
Paul,
Yes.
I have a question. So if you're taking other herbs for other issues, can you take this one also along, or would you have to stop what you're taking?
No. Yeah, it depends on what your formula and what you're taking. I would definitely say, you got to know why you're taking something. Don't add it to something if you're already taking something that's equivalent to that. Got it? So that's why you got to sort of remember, this is a toolbox. So it's actually, if you need it, you implement it. But don't take it with something if it's going to be throw your formula already out of balance. So I would say get evaluated, or at least have a consultation on that to find out what you're doing.
I'm taking the ones that you had told me to take before. They're basically for, indigestion and inflammation.
Right.
So nothing relating to this.
Right. So that's what I say. If you need it and you feel that you want to improve your cognitive functions, that would be one of the herbs. Yeah.
Okay. Always want to improve.
Yeah. Always want to improve. Yeah. Got it. So Bacopa is one. Another one, because remember, it also it's a great calmative. It helps with PTSD and issues like that. So it's good for post-traumatic stress issues with those that are veterans that are coming from war,
Yes,
Gulf
yes, yes.
syndrome, things
P-
like that. You know, people who have,
PTSD folk.
yeah, if you're having issues with just getting focused, because this whole corona thing has gotten people offset. So it helps you sort of get your mind right. So bacopa is a medicinal herb that helps you focus. Also, there's ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha. Yes,
Yeah.
Ashwagandha.
You see
Ashwagandha.
you see this a lot when you
Mhm.
go into the
You
stores
see a
now.
lot of ashwagandha. Yes, you see a
Mhm.
lot of ashwagandha. It's very, very powerful. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to give you the main ones that's in that mind care formula. That's the ashwagandha, the bacopa, and there's also one called Gotu Cola. Gotu, second word cola, Kola.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Okay.
Now, Gotu Cola is a very, very good one. That's also a pineal generator. That's one the melanin generator. That's one of those herbs that helps you really, crank up your melanin, and it also helps. Remember, every melanite cell controls 30 to 40 other cells. So it's like a master. It's the master cell. That's when the pineal, which is actually sort of like the sergeant, fires off and tells everything else how to keep it in order. You got it?
Mm-hmm.
To the pineal, fires off to the pituitary, the hypothalamus, all the way down that endocrine system. So that's why ashwagandha is good, very good for that. But go to cola is very, very strong with that light. We call that the light of the body. Okay, go to cola. Also, Gotu Kola, just to give you a history piece, Gotu Kola was used back in ancient times for leprosy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was the official herb that was used for leprosy.
Oh, okay.
Because remember, when you start to clean the mind, you clean the liver. And if you clean the liver, you clean the skin. So those who had leprosy usually started to take Gotu Kola, and that actually helped to clean their skin. Because when leprosy was like the boils and stuff all over their body, it starts to
Yes,
clean the
yes,
skin.
yes. Uh-huh.
Yeah, it cleans the
So
blood.
if you're taking golden seal, then you shouldn't be taking this all at the
Well, you
same
don't
time.
overlap. Don't overlap.
Yeah.
Right. Don't overlap. Right. Right. Don't overlap. So remember, that's why it's always good to know what you're taking and what it's for. That's why I
Right.
tell folks that there's many solutions to the problem. Don't feel like you gotta have that. I gotta have that. I gotta have that. I gotta have it. No, you got it covered. Many herbs do many things. So they all have been around for like billions of years. So they know what to do. They have an intelligence of their own. There's a great book. What is it called? The Life of, oh man, I can't remember. I need some of that Bacopa.
You
There's
could you
the
could do it.
Incredible Life of the Plant, or something like that. I can't remember the exact title. The Wonderful World of the Plant, or Incredible Life of the Plant. And they actually sort of just put electrodes on the plant and saw that when it came into interaction with people, this thing started vibrating and getting excited like a little puppy dog or something. Just like when the owner comes in, the plant gets like this. Oh, he's home, he's home, she's home, she's home. It's actually showing that the plant recognizes that you are home and that you are the one taking care of it. It has emotions, it has feelings. It is amazing. It's an amazing book, and I believe there's a documentary on this also, but maybe I can find that for next week. Okay.
Well, they say that about your
Excuse me,
husband.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
There's a Mela in the waiting room. Would like to get in if it's still okay to come in.
Okay. I don't see anyone in there. Let me see. Hold up. Let me see. Let me get in there. They should be coming through now. Yeah, there they are. Okay, got them.
Dr.
Thank you.
Paul,
Got them. Got them.
Dr. Paul, this
If
is
they can't,
Tomei.
if they can't get through, just let me know. Okay. Yeah, we're about to. Yes.
Okay.
So May, I think those are the good ones right there. Those are the three off the top. Those are some of the three formulas in that Mind Care formula, but there are other herbs in there also. If I were to give you one more, it would be lion's mane. The lion's mane.
Okay. My
Lion's
my
mane.
my other question, real quick, is now
Mhm.
for the mind care. Where would I go about getting it? Would I go to Wayne's Herbs or?
Yeah, Wayne would have that. You can also order that online, but that would be Wayne Avenue. I work
Okay.
with him on that one and make sure he got that one in because that's one that we really need to get that one. Yep, that's a
Okay.
good one. And that also helps folks that are on maybe some level of a psychotropic. When people are on psychotropics, they're on herbs that they really just said, I really want to get off of this. That's the one that we their choice is. That's what we help them with. Usually that's a
Okay.
good one. All right.
And for a consultation with you, the number that is on your website will be the one that I will refer her to.
That is correct. If you want a consultation, you can have a one-on-one sit-down assessment, or you can do a consultation. The consultation is definitely that's when you can actually do like a 30-minute or 45-minute consultation right over the phone.
Okay.
That's the
All right.
1-877. So that's 1-877-377-2854. Okay.
Thank you.
All
Yes.
right.
And by
All
the way,
right, man.
guys,
Thank you,
all
man.
that information is in the chat. So if you order the chat, we'll make sure you get it and you can get it all from there. Okay.
All right.
Thank
Who
you.
else we have here? We got anyone else?
Jennifer, you forgot me.
Oh yeah, Jennifer. Ooh, see
Yes.
Jennifer. See Bill almost forgot you.
See, that's all right. That's all right, Jennifer. I got your back.
Thank
It
you.
is 8:24, Dr. Paul.
Okay, I got you.
I have a question. I was talking to somebody who was telling me today about food grade hydroperoxide,
Hydrogen
and they were
peroxide.
Hydrogen peroxide.
food grade 35% hydroperoxide, and they were telling me that they put 3 drops of it into an 8-ounce glass of water and they drink it twice a day, and that helps build your pH. So I wanted to see what was your take on it. Is it safe?
Yeah, yeah. Well, hydrogen peroxide, very well known to be one of the miracles. There's certain miracles that we have. That's one of them. You look at hydrogen peroxide. You look at, baking soda. There's a lot of things that can really alkalize the body. Now, hydrogen peroxide there is a technique. Okay, and I say a technique
All right. Heard
of
that technique.
of therapy that involves going after cancer, and it was by hydrogen peroxide. Remember, that is the antioxidant, though. You got it? The antioxidant. Remember, you need a feeder and a fighter.
There
You
you
got
go.
it? So some people will take the things like the hydrogen peroxide and wonder, wait a minute, why am I not getting well? Maybe that's because you need the feeder with it.
And what
Feeder
would be the
and fighter.
feeder? What
The
would be
feeder
the
would
feeder?
the nutrients. That would be nutrients.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why when you start to do things like hydrogen peroxide or anything, you just got to make sure you have the proper protocol, especially with food grade. Usually, most hydrogen peroxide is about 3%. Okay, it's usually about 3%. But usually, if you can, some places you can get it at a higher grade, but you got to know how to dilute it properly. It can be dangerous. Got it? Because you got to be careful. See, hydrogen peroxide is what they use, for cleaning back with the MASH units. Y'all remember the MASH? Y'all remember MASH? Y'all remember MASH? Y'all remember
Yes,
MASH?
I remember MASH.
Some of y'all too young in here. Y'all
Not me.
Bill, you used to work in the MASH unit.
Yes, I did. Come to think
Yes,
of
you did. You used to work in there. And a lot of those MASH units use hydrogen peroxide. It has no smell. It basically clean. That's one of the best things you can do to clean up your house from germs, from this whole corona thing. You want to keep yourself, get you some hydrogen peroxide, put it in a spray bottle, 3%, and just put it all over your hands, all over there. Matter of fact, Pollock Herbs has a hydrogen peroxide spray bottle that I keep right in my car. That's what I keep with me all the time. And then after I come in and out of places, I take that bottle, spray the inside and outside of my mask. Kills it right there on the top. You got it? Also, it's sprayed on things like your, like your shopping carts. You got to keep all that stuff clear all the time, y'all. You know, one thing I did want to say, you know, when you were doing the numbers for today,
Yes.
see, you know, there's the breaking news is that, you know, you know, New York is opening up, and whenever you can
Yeah.
do it in New York, you can do it,
Yeah. I heard that
right?
this afternoon.
Not good, y'all. Not good.
Dr. Paul, I have one more question. It's to
Okay, Jennifer,
Jennifer.
go ahead.
So, unfortunately, and we're very sad, my brother-in-law is in the hospital right now on on a ventilator. He
Mm.
had COVID, and they said that now he's free from COVID, but the COVID messed up his lungs, and they have him in a medically induced coma and on a ventilator. And day by day, his oxygen levels increase and they decrease.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Yeah.
I mean, if he
Yeah.
makes it out of this, what can my sister, his wife, do to improve his health once, Lord willing, he makes it through?
Yeah, excellent question. See, remember, whenever there's COVID, it goes in and it scars the lungs. It scars the lungs because what's happening is, you know, that it actually becomes like fibrosis. It becomes really hard. Got it? It loses its moisture. That's why when you have, remember, COVID is an upper respiratory up here, top part of the lungs. Why? Because that's the part of the lungs that gets cool faster. So we have to take herbs and things that actually generate heat so to keep it moist. And those are herbs that have this thing called, write this down, y'all, write it down, inulin. 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 Inulin is herbs and things that have the ability to keep the moisture, but also pulls mucus, bacteria, virus, all that stuff, fungus off of the lungs so that it keeps the moisture, but it also resonates the heat. You got it? And that's what keeps them going. So that's what it builds it up. So once he's able to get, you know, out of that crisis that he's in right now, you got to keep that inulin. So some of those, not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, y'all. Let me tell you, that oregano oil does great things. Extra strength oregano oil, that's a good one. Extra strength oregano oil. Also, that's the mullein, mullein, mullein. All right.
And
Also,
there's go ahead.
I'm just gonna go down the list, y'all. I hope y'all write them down. Nettle, stinging nettle, nettle. Got it. There's one called yerba, yerba, yerba. Got it. Also, olive leaf, olive leaf. This is some good stuff, y'all. This is the one you have. There's also one called mugwort. Mugwort.
Yes.
Mugwort is the one that's being used over in, was it Madagascar? I think it's Madagascar. They're using it. That's called the Artemisia over there. That's their version of the COVID response. That's a cultural herb. It's called mugwort here, though. It's called mugwort. Mugwort. So any of these herbs you can take along with the golden seal. Okay, you got to say golden seal too. But remember, golden seal has a protocol. You can't take it for long periods of time. So golden seal would be another one. But that's 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks back on. Quit it for a month. Got it? 2-1-2. If you can remember 2-1-2, you're good. If I were to add one more thing to that, I would do the elderberry and also the old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. That's already put together for you. The old Indian wild cherry bark syrup. And if you're out, get the big bottle. Get the big bottle, y'all. Get the big one. That's what you need, that big one. That has all of those herbs and more in there that can actually, that have the inulin that keep the lungs nice and moist. Got it? All right, Jennifer?
Thank you so much, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. I appreciate you also. But the teas, get the teas ready for them because the hot thermal teas work really well. So remember, thermal. Thermal means that it opens up. That thermal heat of the teas opens up the pores, pushes it right in. That's why it's going to be good for them. Okay, if you can,
Thank you.
if you can get it to that when he gets to that level. Okay.
Yes.
All right. All
Thank
right.
you.
All right. Thank you. We got. Is that Audrey up there?
Yes, it is. Hi,
Hey, Miss
Style.
Audrey. How you doing?
How are you? I'm good. I have a little praise report and a question.
Okay. Let's get the
I've
praise
been
report. All right.
I've been following your plan, and I eat right. I eat mostly organic foods.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in doing so, I haven't totally turned over yet, but I'm trying to turn over to a plant-based diet.
Mm-hmm.
And since doing that, when I went to the doctors, my A1C was 6.4, my cholesterol was 118. But last week on Tuesday, when I went, my A1C was 6.1 and my cholesterol was 107.
All right now.
All right, all
All
right,
right
all
now.
right.
Let's
That's
give her a
what's
So,
up.
shout, y'all. Let's give
That's
her a
what's up.
shout, y'all. That's right.
Yes, indeed. That's what's up.
yeah, and
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I've
Now
been,
you know what? You got to apply the principle to turn the boat around. It's going to take a little while, but you keep it up,
yeah.
okay? Mm-hmm.
And then I exercise every day. If I don't always make the 30 minutes, but I do make 15 every day
Okay.
of
Okay.
mixed cardio.
Mm-hmm.
And so my weight's going down as well.
Mm.
And but here's my question. My doctor called me the other day. She didn't even mention this time my A1C or my cholesterol. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's okay because she didn't mention it.
Mm.
But she did say my iron was low. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why all of a sudden it's low, but I know normal is like 11.1 to 14. Now I mean 11.7 to 14.
Mm-hmm.
And it was 11.1 and she was concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So what can I do to raise that iron up? I do take ferrous sulfate every morning. I have a prescription,
Mm-hmm.
325 milligrams that I take every morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't
Well,
know what else to do.
one of the greatest forms of iron that you can get would be alfalfa.
Okay.
Alfalfa. Alfalfa is, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, preventing disease, just food for the soul, family. Alfalfa. Very
That's a
powerful.
that's a
Alfalfa is a
herb or
plant.
tea
It's a
or
plant. Yeah, it's a plant. It's an herb. You can buy the alfalfa leaf, and you
okay.
can buy the alfalfa capsules. You can even get the form of the alfalfa, which comes in what's called chlorophyll. Okay, you can add the chlorophyll. It's actually it's like a green liquid, what we call plant melanin.
Okay.
Okay, plant melanin. And then from that, you can actually start to now put a little bit, usually like a cap, into your water. Got
Okay.
it? For every 16.9 bottle of water, all you need is about a cap or two.
Okay.
Okay, and that actually that's like pigmentation for the plant. So that
Yes.
means that it's actually very, very good for building blocks for protein and the blood. So that's what we use it for. See, plant, remember what all you have to do is ask and find out what the dynamics of the plant is. For the alfalfa, it only comes about maybe shin to knee high. But the roots go so deep in the earth that they go so deep that the longest root of any plant was an alfalfa.
Oh,
Y'all hear
okay.
that? 1,000 feet deep. Did y'all hear that? That's one of the largest. Could you imagine the guy pulling that one up? Be like, wait a minute, this thing won't stop. Can you imagine him pulling this up 1,000 feet deep? That's the world record. Guinness Book of World Records has an alfalfa. And says it was almost, they said one of them was almost 1,000 feet deep and 1,000 feet wide.
Wow.
So what is that doing? That's why they call it the intelligent plant. Because it's always moving, trying to grab the nutrients. It's trying to pull it to the plant. So when you want to detox your land from GMOs, just clean up your surrounding farms and things like that from toxicity and metals and stuff like that, they plant alfalfa
Okay.
all the way around it. Yep. Why? Because it's very, very powerful, and it's very, building down to the cellular level. So when you get that inside of you, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get that iron together. See, when you're taking that, you're taking a synthetic version, right? You're taking a prescription version of iron.
Yeah, ferrous sulfate.
Yeah, see, that's not the good one. You don't want that one. See, remember, when you take stuff like that, it's been separated, isolated, and divided from its true source. You got it? That's why supplementation is not always good. See, it's a dance going on. The dance is that it's just not, they're going to go in and just pull out that part, which is the iron. But wait a minute, what made it work with the plant that they pulled it from was a dance of multiple nutrients and trace minerals. Got it? So when you just saying it, some people say, it's not working for me. That's because you took it away from his family. You got it?
Yep.
So go back to the family. Go get what's called the discovered and undiscovered, because there's a whole lot they don't know about this herb, and a whole lot about this nutrients they don't know.
Ain't that right? Isn't that
Got it? So go back to the original source. Grab you some alfalfa. Put that in your green drink. It's in my green drink. Okay, that's one of my main ingredients in my green drink. Just keep them greens going, y'all. I tell you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Audrey. Thank you so much. Big B got his finger about to fall off over there.
Yes, sir.
You too.
Prophet got on me. I said, "Oops, I better get on my job over here."
All right. Any chats? Anyone in the chat room? I just want to make sure we got all the questions in the chat. Any in the chat?
Pretty much, Dr. Paul.
You know what? I just want a few things I want to say. I want to say a few things, right? And this really goes back to, remember, you got New York opening up. Family, please, 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 please remember, any threat anywhere is a threat everywhere.
Yes.
And right now, did you hear just before we came on, they just announced that India just had the largest world record for coronavirus before we got on. Now, that means that deaths today, 4,529 people. That's not infected. That's deaths.
That's deaths.
Now, what does that mean? If that is not enough to scare you, to understand that, wait a minute, are we moving a little bit too fast, y'all? And it just shows you that everyone's frustrated. They're opening up all the restaurants, all of the workout facilities, the bars, all of the places where you normally would have shut down for now, including everything is wide open now.
Yes.
I think you're moving too fast, because what's happening in India is 21. That's COVID-21. People run around thinking they're covered with 2019 with these shots and things. We already talked about that earlier today. But my concern is that, we're opening up too fast. Got it? So cover yourselves. Don't pull that mask off. You've been seeing when you got people, and you have some states that said, nah, we're not going to do it yet. We're not going to do it yet. So just understand, this thing is not over by a long shot. So make sure whatever you're doing, keep your immune system up. Keep doing the things we talk about. The only thing you can bank on is your immune system. Got it? All right, family. 4,529 people died today, y'all.
Wow.
4,000.
That's a
Now,
lot of people,
if that happened in somewhere like Europe or anywhere else other than where there are people that are brown that look like you and me, we would be having a major shutdown right now. I'm just gonna be real. That's what it really is. But what's happening is people are not paying attention. They're ignoring the fact of what's going on over there. You cannot ignore this, because that strain is here. It's already here. They already said that New York and New Jersey, it represents about 10% of the cases, and that's rising daily. Then 15 to 20% in the Midwest has that India version right now. That's moving. You got me? Okay, this is the stuff you got to keep on your hearts and minds. Write that stuff down. Got it? That's real data. Okay? All right.
Dr. Paul.
All right, Dolly. I'm going to go to Dolly and Cynthia, because they've been waiting. I did see you up there. Dolly and Cynthia?
We're talking about eggs. What do you think? Eggs. I don't know if I heard your speech on eggs if you mentioned it at all.
Yeah, we talked about eggs several times. Eggs are, it's what they're doing to the eggs right now. You got to make sure, what do we say? Cage free. If you're going to do eggs, egg whites would be better as an alternative. You gotta, it's the level of industrialization that we're dealing with. Got it?
Amen. There we are.
You got to really be careful, family. All right.
And organic, right?
Yeah. Well, if they're
fine.
cage free, usually that just means that they're cage free and they're not with any antibiotics or anything like that. They're doing pretty well. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
If you got to do it. If you got to do it.
If you get,
If you got to eat eggs.
Mom loves eggs. Okay.
You like a boiled egg, don't you? All right. All right. Okay, y'all, we got to go. We got to go. We got to go.
Man. Yes,
It's
sir.
time is, moving fast. And I want to thank everyone for chiming in and all the great questions. Y'all give yourself
It was a
a
good night.
hand.
Good night. Good
Give
night
yourselves a
tonight. Good night
hand.
tonight.
I do have one last question before I go to you, Big B.
Yeah, sure.
Did anyone from last week, did you start doing what I told you to do? Did you start looking around you and saying, you know what, if the lights went out, how much food do I have in here? I think I better go shopping. How many people? How many? Did y'all look around? I get the thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. I want to go around.
I got my walkie-talkies. I got my solar.
Go ahead now. Who is that? Who is that? Who is that?
Diane.
Diane, well, you go ahead now. You bad.
Diane, she don't be playing.
And I got that
I
crank
got my
radio.
water.
You got the crank.
radio.
You got the crank radio.
I
Get
got
your
all
crank
three.
radios, y'all. Get your crank radio. Yeah,
Dr.
you
Paul.
can
I
get a
got my
crank.
candles.
You got your candles. Candles always work, right?
Yep.
You may want to get a water. What do they call water resistant matches, things like that.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Paul, tell folks to get manual can openers so you can open cans.
Yes, manual can opener. So you don't think about a lot of this stuff, right? Manual can openers.
Can openers. Yep.
That's right, a good old fashioned can opener, right? Yeah, all these things that book that I gave y'all last week, you got to make sure you have that book with you. Get some kind of a book that sort of talks about, some preparedness. Just be mindful because, they talking about the ransom that they paid for the pipeline.
Yeah.
They said that
A bunch of money.
they said 5 million, and then the 5 million went to 50 million. And then now, ultimately, they're saying they paid them $90 million.
Really?
Goodness, $90 million. And they said when they paid them in Bitcoins. So when they loaded up the because Bitcoins is like money now. It's really
right.
money around the world. So they loaded it up with Bitcoins, right? $9 million worth of Bitcoins. And they loaded the purse up, and before they could turn around, they emptied that thing, and that thing was everywhere. That thing was gone. As soon as it hit, it was like boom, and they were like disappeared. Goes into millions of accounts all over. They had this thing already set up. These hackers are really, cyber attacks are going to be on a rise. So we got to really be mindful about that. Yeah.
Cyber terror.
Yeah.
Dr. Paul, what was the name of the book again, please?
What was the book? Y'all got the book? I don't have it in front of me. It's probably upstairs. Yeah, it's a survivor's guide. I gave the gentleman's name. And remember, if you need to go back to, I tell you, I would say share that whole, family tree that we did last week. That was powerful enough that that should be for everybody. Send that to your family. And for those that you need to be aware, like, hey, you know what? We better look around this house. What much canned foods we have? We got a can open around here. If the lights go out, you got extra batteries. You got flashlights. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna cook food if you can't do that? That website that I gave you, that Patriot Supply, that's the one that I order from right there. Patriot Supply. Y'all remember that?
Right.
Let me see if I can pull that up before we go. All right, Patriot Supply. That has a lot of good stuff on it. PatriotSupply.com. That was it. And that's one site that I go to all the time. And, let me see if I have it. Your Patriot Supply. Was that it? My Patriot Supply, I believe it was. My Patriot Supply, I believe it was. Let me just see if I
And my
can.
Patriot Supply.
It's My Patriot Supply, right?
Yes.
Dr. Paul,
Mm-hmm.
I was excited when we finished last week that my son had some of the things you suggested already in hand. I had no idea.
There you
The
go.
walkie-talkie, the straw, the mask. I said, wow. He was
Yo, he
Yes.
is on it. He is on it. Yes, he is on it. Yes, Rosemary, he is on it. You go and thank your son. Say, hey.
I did. I was so proud.
Yes,
Thank
he's
you.
ready. He's awake,
Yes.
because family, let me tell you, the worst thing you want to do is have to get in them lines for water and for all those things if something happened and you don't have a proper amount of water. So when you
Yep.
go, just actually take an extra water. Go to BJ's and grab one of them, grab a case of water now and then. Always add an extra case of water or something. Just throw it in the garage. Just throw it in the garage.
Yep.
You know, um, keep those things that,
Out of the sunlight.
hmm?
Out of the sunlight.
Yes.
Yeah, out of the sunlight. That is correct. Keep it in there. And this Patriot Supply is excellent, man. I'm looking at it. I did get this one here. It's a filter. It's a water filter. I told y'all that. Did anybody pick up the little
Life straw.
the life straws? Did anybody pick up the life
We got
straws?
the straws. We
You
have
got the life straw. Y'all didn't clean Walmart out there, y'all.
There's no Walmart near me.
Yes.
I didn't even know they were in the house already.
Wow, the life
See?
straws. You had
The
the
life
life.
straws, the mask, the little radio, whatever.
Wow. Walkie talkies ready. You got Grand Central right there. You good. Yep. So you don't want to wait for things
What
to
did you
happen.
say?
You want to be prepared.
Straws? How do you spell it? Life straws or light straw?
Life. Life.
Life.
Life. And it goes right around your neck. You can carry it right around the neck, and you can actually use it to go in any water. You just suck it through there, and it cleans 99.9% of all bacteria and protozoa and all those things. Amazing, amazing, amazing thing. Excellent. Yeah. But some of the things that what I did fail to mention that Patriot Supplies, a lot of the ingredients on here are non-GMO. Ha ha ha. Yes, they are non-GMO. There's a lot of stuff on there that's products for vegetarians too. They have vegetarian meals also, so they got a lot of them. But that's just one of many sites. That's actually a preparedness crates, they call them.
Yes.
Preparedness
Yes.
crates.
Yes.
So that's the grab and go. Matter of fact, there's one. They have one. Matter of fact, they got one called a preparedness crate, right? It's got 65 items and tools inside already. So you just grab it and go. Boom, you got it. So that's one right there. Matter of fact, yep, that's one right there. Preparedness crate for emergencies. They got the ultimate solar power and cooking emergency food kit. That's expensive. But, when you're looking at these prices, you think about livelihood and survival. There's no price to this, right? Got it? Okay, I think that's all I really wanted to actually. So mypatriotsupply.com. All right. Okay, family. Big B, take us
Yeah,
away,
but
man. You got us
man.
tell us a little bit about how folks can if they want to participate in donating to our family tree so that we can keep it going. Tell them what they got to do.
Yeah, guys, real quick. I think I put this in before. Always want to make sure that you support the group. In order to do that, you just send a little donation to Dr. Paul's Cash App. Okay, that's a $, capital DR, capital PAUL, capital HOP. That's Dr. Paul. Okay. And listen, remember, if you want copies of this evening's program, send out an email to mechavideo@comcast.net. And that way we make sure that you get a copy of all of this great information that we share here each week. Remember, there is no better way to support the organization. So make sure the rest of the family gets what we get here every Wednesday night. So get that info out and we'll be ready to serve you as far as we go.
All right. Thank y'all. And then remember what we do. This actually doesn't go to me. It actually goes to back into the development of this page and what we do when we post, because Bill has to post all this stuff, and also he has to edit the video so that you can send it all around to your family and friends. All right. So let's give Big B a hand. Thank you, Big B.
Yes, yes, yes,
All
yes.
right. For always doing what you're
This,
doing.
this is my pleasure, my friend.
Yes, yes. And we also want to say, please family, be encouraged that whatever you're going through, you can get through it, y'all.
Yes, you can.
I want to congratulate so many of you. I
Yes, yes,
get
yes.
calls all the time, and you should see some of the people. Big B, you should see some of the people that are coming through. They saying, "Man, I didn't. My doctor don't know what to do with me. He
That's the
he
best
don't
thing in
know
the
what
world.
to do with me. He's
That's
telling
right.
me I may have to get off this medication." And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people pulling off the medication. You got it.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
it's all about understanding that you just have to just apply the principle. If you apply the principle, you can actually start to get yourself and your body and everything back in shape.
Yes, sir.
And so
That you
I would
can.
just
Yes, you
say, no
can.
matter what you do, y'all, keep it going, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
So,
sir.
family, I want to thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. Keep your mind and your body free of all the nonsense. And guess what? You're gonna be able to get through this, y'all.
That's
Be able
right.
to get through all
That's
of this,
exactly
right?
right. Yes, sir. That's right. That's exactly right.
And remember, be encouraged, because if you're breathing,
You got a
you
shot.
got a shot.
Now you can get your dance on. That's what you want to know.
Come on, y'all, get your dance on before you go. Got it. I got you now. All right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there you go, Maxine. I see you, Maxine. Go ahead, Maxine. Go ahead. Go ahead, Providence.
Go ahead, Margaret. We got it.
I see you, Rita. Good, Margaret. Come on, y'all. Don't just y'all be looking. Y'all can at least raise your head, move your head left or right. Do something.
What y'all doing, boy? Y'all
They said,
All right,
like Grandma
that's
said,
what's
don't just
up.
sit there like a bump on a log. Move around.
I show ma. Canada. See ya.
All right, all right. All right, Bill, I see you over there.
All right, man.
Bye, everyone.
All right, I want to thank all y'all for chiming in. It was a good one, y'all.
Yes,
Share, share, share. Give this to your family and your friends. Hey, Kamara, I see you.
That's right. That's right. And get your request in, guys, because the soon as soon as Dr. Paul gets me ready, I get everything all up, get it all transcribed, and get it out for you tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. I see you over there, Lydia. Mm-hmm. All right, all right. There y'all go. There y'all go. All right. Be moved with the activity of your limbs. That's right.
Cynthia, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hey.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Get your workout on. Enjoy this beautiful weather. It's starting to get warm outside, so stay cool, everybody. All right? Keep your water up. Make sure you got enough water.
Yes.
Yep. And you should be good. Half your body weight in ounces. All right. Mm-hmm. Bill, I think they got better dancing than they did last week.
I guess indeed. Yes, indeed. Standing up now, Dr. Bud. Oh.